My name is Jill Gulliver. I work for part of the 3M PSD team, so that's Personal Safety Division. So we're the guys who sell you respirators and earplugs and things like that. I work for the European Technical Service team. Do you want to start? Kevin stood in the way. Yeah. Out of the way, Kevin. So my job title is Respiratory Specialist, which means I get to talk to guys like yourselves, occupational hygienists, industrial hygienists, depending where people are from, or even, dare I say, safety professionals. But my early days were spent in the lab, so analysing industrial hygiene samples and talking to people about monitoring almost a day-to-day basis. I think I'm getting feedback. So you could say my working life has all been about monitoring, and talking to people about respiratory protection. But basically, I get the same three questions all the time. Do I need a respirator? If so, which respirator do I need? And if I do need a respirator, when on earth do I change this gas and vapour filter? And although the questions are the same, the answer's always more or less different, because it depends is never really the most popular answer you can give to anybody. It is. I've tried it. People don't like it. So how do you change it? Well, really, it's all down to this change-out schedule. That's best practice. It often boils down to when you smell and taste gases coming through the filter. That's no good. You get olfactory fatigue. You can hear people say, it used to smell terrible when I worked here, but now don't smell it at all. And also, it's broken through. So 3M likes to say it's a science company. So we have our scientists have come up with this new product, and it's an end-of-service life indicator for certain organic vapours. So you might say, so what is an end-of-service life indicator? Well, the simple answer is it's an indicator that indicates the end of service life. But it is hopefully a little bit more than that, and I haven't got long enough to talk to you about it, so please come and see me if you want some more information. But basically, it's a visual, simple indicator there that's tracking the progress of the organic vapour front as they pass through the organic vapour filter. So you go from new filter to the bin. How does it work? Well, it's basically a little indicator sensor that's placed on the inside of the cartridge. It's placed between the carbon bed and the clear window into the gas and vapour filter. And that's good. It allows you to see in. It's like a little window, so you can track that progress going through. So that's great. But what do you need to know how to use this? Well, there are many things about it that we need to know, and that's when it comes back to my lab training and the skills that you guys have on a day-to-day basis of trying to assess hazardous situations. And lab training tells me that any indicator is kind of like a detector. Detectors come down to that limit of detection. So because it's a visual indicator, the limit of detection is the human eye. Rather nice eyeshadow as well. But it does mean that you're looking for a wavelength shift or a colour change on that indicator. I thought this dress was blue. I got dressed in the dark, it was early, but now I stood on here in the light, it's blue and black. So you've got to be able to tell the difference between colours. And that's back to that lab training again and the science. Once you can tell your differences, that's great, but each compound, or each organic vapour, has a slightly different indication level, or a minimum indication level. And that's where monitoring comes in. To use this product as a primary change-out schedule, so that means you rely on it to tell you when to change your filters, you need to have done some good exposure assessment. I'm not here to tell you about that. I've listened to some fantastic training about that today. You guys know the importance of it. But basically, it's another tool in the box that allows you to use this. Once you have your monitoring data, you can come to our website here. We've all got software for everything nowadays. And you can marry up your exposure, the minimum indication level, and also the OEL where you're working. It may not be appropriate for you. You may not have monitoring data, although I'm sure that's not true here. But it may be that it's inappropriate as a primary method, but you can use it as a complementary method, which is part of its advantage, really. It can help pick up spikes in exposure. It can tell you what's going on a day-to-day basis. It's almost real time. And it can also, heaven forbid, tell you about those workers who maybe are wearing their respirators either here or here, which are very popular places to wear something that should be there. Okay, so really, I think I'm getting to the end of my time now, and I just wanted to say a big thank you for letting me stand up here and talk to you, and impress on you why I thought this was a good product to talk to you about. And that's mainly because it's another tool in the armour of industrial hygienists, occupational hygienists, that help you engage with your users, which is the people we're trying to protect. And it's another tool to help people realise why what you do for them is so important. Thank you very much.